Hi, my name is Hejin Cha, and I'm giving up the presentation of the Communicative Language Teaching, or CLT. In this presentation, I will describe the major goals and principles. I will tell you why I chose it, and I will describe some common techniques. And finally, I will tell you how I might use in my future lessons. First of all, CLT is defined as an approach in teaching foreign languages that emphasize the concept of interaction both in the process and in the objectives of the learning process. In 1970s, under the influence of Heim's notion of communicative competence, the dimension of language was extended and considered to include aspects of communication and culture. A new teaching approach named communicative language teaching was developed. The main goals of CLT are: one, CLT emphasizes that the goal of language learning is communicative competence. Second, CLT improves communicative proficiency of all skills including reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Third, focus on meaningful tasks. And lastly, communicative activities should be authentic with real-life objectives. The key principles of CLT are: authentic and meaningful communication should be the goal of classroom activities. Second, learners learn through using it to communicate. Third, fluency is an important dimension of communication. Then communication involves the integration of different language skills. Lastly, learning is a process of creative construction and involves trial and error. Why I chose CLT? Communicative language teaching is commonly regarded as one of the most popular approaches to language teaching. It has become the accepted norm in the field of approaches to language teaching, and CLT is flexible in asking teachers to look closely at what is involved in communication. Therefore, I wanted to study further and apply it to my future lessons. The key techniques of CLT are authentic materials. Students should be given opportunities to develop strategies for understanding real language as it is used. Scramble sentences. Students unscramble sentences of text, and teacher teaches cohesion and coherence. Language games. Teacher uses games frequently in CLT to give students valuable communicative practice. Picture strip story. Each group unscrambles photos to create a story that meets another group. Taking turns, they show one picture at a time, looking at picture and trying to predict what will happen next. Role play. Students practice communicating in different social contexts and roles. How I might use in my future lessons? There are several activity types that I will use. Students are encouraged to concentrate on communication, and students interact with the other students through pair and group work, such as information gap activities, role play, interviews, games, or surveys, and group discussions. Exercise types and activities in CLT are unlimited, and the teacher motivates the students so that they can easily interact with them. The teaching methods must be learner-centered, and as a teacher, I will be the facilitator of the communication process in the classroom. I will expect to act as a resource, an organizer of resources, a motivator, a counselor, a guide, an analyst, and a researcher. And the students do most of the speaking. Their interaction should usually be student to student, and I will intervene only when it is necessary. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.